Hey, it's Matt Walsh, your keeper, DM, MC, DJ, DVD, BFF, BLT, whatever you guys prefer. I just wanted to give a few announcements as well as apologize about some ongoing audio issues. Last episode, if you caught it when it first went up, there were a lot of audio sync issues. It's all good now, so if you listened to it beforehand when it went up during the last couple weeks, I would highly recommend going back and now that it is fixed, giving it a listen. I also wanted to give a heads up that this episode, as well as episode 6, about the first half, has some audio issues in terms of the quality. We did the best that we could to restore it and save it, but I just wanted to give a heads up in case it doesn't quite sound right. I also wanted to give big announcements in terms of sharing the show with the hashtag table party, and you can be featured as an NPC. We released that information on Twitter, but I just wanted to make it known to you guys. We already have one NPC named after a listener. That NPC is Julia, named after Jules. You should follow them at the Puppy Man. But even though they're all wrapping up the current mystery in the next few episodes, there's going to be a lot of new NPCs and the whole rest of the campaign. So if you want to be a part of the story, definitely share the show with the hashtag table party. I also wanted to say that our show is now not only on YouTube, but Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, so you should listen to it however it's most convenient for you. And also to leave reviews and comments and likes, leave as much feedback as you can, and any reviews that you leave, I promise I will read them all. Yes. Yes, I will. I'm going to regret that. But yeah, feedback's really highly appreciated, and I just wanted to give a big thank you to you guys. We're all very busy with school and work, so we really appreciate you guys spending your time to, you know, be a part of what we're doing and experiencing this journey with us. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you soon. I'll remind you two of is if I were to give a last time on for this episode, I'd probably also include the just all of the stuff from Hold'em's vision.
Just for the what I saw in my vision, I saw a bunch of pictures. One was a golf club, one was a silhouette of a dog with no back leg, pet store, X-ray of a nervous system, dog but closer up with predator eyes.
You guys ready?
That's why I did the last episode with Pet Store, because it's part of the fucking vision. I just realized that now. Crap. Shit.
Yeah, we're ready.
My ass.
Peeper.
I'm ready.
All right, guys. The monster's gone. We have Cliff at the golf course, and we have the rest of you still at the motel in the junkyard. I think you guys did a good job saving a few of the dogs. They're all kind of, reeling and coming back, and you look around the junkyard, Hold'em, and you still see, the blood on the ground and the just the mess of carnage that are left behind. The flames of the car are still giving off this heat that you can feel from where you are. And LeClaire, you just continue to watch from your window. What is it you guys want to do?
I'm going to do something. Okay. I'm gonna use a move.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the blood, and I'm gonna see if I can use my fortunes move, which helps me see the future.
Okay.
Just to kind of see what I can gather from all of this and see if it will help us going forward.
Sure. I'm not familiar with the move. Do you have to roll for that? Oh shit.
I do. So I got an 8 plus 2 weird 10, which means I get to hold 3.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't get to spend any of those yet, but I can hold them for later.
What is that under the initiate? I just want to get an idea.
Yeah, under initiate fortunes. Later on, I can either have a useful object ready, be somewhere I'm needed just in time, take +1 forward to get +1 forward to another hunter, or retroactively warn someone about an attack so that it doesn't happen. I can use this once per mystery. So I'm using it now.
Okay.
To kind of like prepare myself for later.
All right. William, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'll just follow. I'll just follow Hold'em for now.
Sure. Hold'em, you notice one of the dogs, a few of the dogs that have been scratching at the back door of the building at the junkyard, have just continued to scratch, but now it seems like somebody is walking towards the back door, possibly coming through it.
Shit. I kind of just like wait. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and let them open it. Do the dogs seem dangerous? Like they would attack whoever comes through?
No, the dogs don't seem dangerous, but you do remember the one individual who came through, stuck his head out, the owner of the junkyard, who kind of yelled at the dogs to be quiet and then went back inside. The dogs,
okay.
And yeah, in terms of threat, the dogs don't seem too threatening, but I don't know how much you've very much interacted with this man.
In that case, I'm probably gonna book it so he doesn't think I slaughtered a bunch of his dogs.
Okay, that might be a good. Just standing, there's a pool of blood, and there's missing dogs while holding a firearm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna book it. I'm gonna grab Will's arm, and I'm gonna run away.
Okay, I think with that you're able to get out of. I can give you that you guys are able to get out of the junkyard.
Okay.
And as you head back to the motel, you just hear the junkyard owner just screaming at the top of his lungs, like looking around, just yelling curse words, wondering what the fuck happened back here.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Do you go back up to Leclerc's room?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And on the way there, I stop at the vending machine and I get a new bag of chips.
Peace offering.
Definitely not the flavor that Mr. Leclerc had, just because the vending machine is like limited in options. But some barbecue lays.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that the barbecue's what I had. I don't remember it. I was gonna be like, you didn't bring my barbecue, but it's fine. The barbecue.
You didn't bring my sour cream.
Okay.
And I walk in and I go, here. And I throw the bag, toss the bag gently.
Leclerc, do you catch it?
No, I let it.
Well, I tried.
But I say thanks and I move on.
So what all did you see out there, Leclerc? Just want to know how much I need to explain to you.
I saw a lot. I think I saw it all. And I don't want to talk about it.
AKA,
Cool.
It's been a few weeks since we've done this. We would be able to tell what happened.
You know what? You didn't need to say it. The people get it.
So we should probably all meet up back with Cliff at some point. Just to let him know, and then figure out how we're gonna stop this thing, right?
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay. I think with that, we're going to cut over to Cliff.
Eh.
Wow.
I guess we won't. That seemed like the incorrect answer.
He died in that very moment. that was his last breath.
Chris is tapping out of the podcast in full. Just force killing off his character.
Just a stress-related heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm just chilling, right now.
Well, what are you
Chilling.
doing?
So I
you chilling?
am waiting for Luna to come through, and I hope that they could explain what the fuck is happening in this world. But I also, and now I got the text from my lovely wife Barbara that I had to pick up Stacy at the pet store, and I'm hoping that I won't be keeping her waiting for too long. While I just kind of get this sorted out.
I feel like, for the record, Barbara would not like your attitude. Lovely wife sounded a little bit.
That was not intended to be that way, but you know what? That's fine.
Okay.
That's a valid response to that. I
As a man, as a divorced man myself, just let you know.
How are you?
Attitude is
How are you
everything.
holding up? Have you,
I know how to handle my wife. It's all right.
Oh,
Ew.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Handling her ain't the problem.
So I would say at this point the golf course is definitely closed. And I would say at this point it seems like, the sun's beginning to set, it's turning a little dark, and it's one of those kind of nights where even though it's around, 6-ish, it's beginning to get dark. And are you like held up in your office, or have you just like locked the doors and you're hanging out in the lobby?
So I think, because now I'm like trying remembering parts of the scene, because I think that I remember there was a scene where it looked like something opened the door, went in, reached into the vending machine, and took something. I think I'm investigating that, but I think that like it's immediately after that. I'm gonna go investigate that real quick.
Sure.
So wait, is it? Wait, I have to open up. Oh God, I'm just having a mess over here. It's the. What's the action again? I forget. Like investigation.
It's investigate a mystery. You roll.
I've been listening to so much D&D lately that I'm just forgetting the Monster of the Week rules. So.
Oh yeah, I had to. It's been a little time since we've played last time, and I had to refresh a little on Monster of the Week.
That is a 5, and what's the? Is there any qualifier?
It's plus sharp.
sharp.
That's a 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
There's a snack that's
Marcus.
missing.
Mark experience.
Mark experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with that, you notice two things at the same time. At least the way that in my head the golf course office, like the main lobby, is set up. And if you have it differently in your head, you can tell me. There's big glass doors on either side of this lobby. And on one side is the main entrance where there's the parking lot. And on the other side, there's big glass doors that lead onto the golf course, where you're able to, see the nice rolling green, and then in the far distance, the wooden shed.
Yes.
And at almost the same time as you're investigating this, looking over this vending machine, and you're just looking, and it just seems like, one snack's missing, and it's just weird. You hear both what sounds like the closing of a car door in the parking lot in the front, and then immediately after what sounds like a wood snap and break out in the golf course. And I think you can see that out in the parking lot, walking over to the golf lobby, is Luna. Just casually walking over, and as you look over to the shed, you see from a very far distance something. It looks like the wall is broken and something crawl into it.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to Luna first.
Sure.
That is I think I'm comfortable with that action right now, because if by any chance Luna has any idea what any of these things are, maybe they can handle it. And not me necessarily.
Okay.
So are they coming in right now?
Yeah, is just the door unlocked? Do you have to unlock it?
Oh yeah, I'll unlock it for them, and
Yeah. You unlock it,
Yeah.
and Luna just walks in and very calmly asks, "Cliff, is everything okay? I got your text, and I came down as soon as possible. Are you all right?"
Is everything okay? That's a great question there, Luna. So first of all, right before you walked in, I heard some movement in in my shed in the back, and I'm very scared to look at it, because, and I'm gonna pull out the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna show them the images that we got from the shed, and then I'll also say, and on top of this, we saw this greyhound that has been essentially been possessed, and potentially not even a greyhound, that just swallowed a bunch of dogs in the junkyard. And yeah, this is not a fun situation, and I wanted to bring you on this because I don't know what you do for a living, and it's okay if you still don't want to share that with me, but I feel like if anyone were to understand something, especially at like a, someone that do I have like an idea of, but this is out of character real quick. Do I have like any idea of what Luna does? Like at least a little bit of an idea, like working for something federally or anything like that?
Luna works for something federally, works for the government, and is usually does not is usually very professional and does not talk about work.
Yeah. So I just think, Luna, that someone that works at a federal level could help bring in officials that could, help take care of the situation. Because I'm scared to do anything on my own, and I know a group of people who are trying to go out of their way to help, and I just think that we can't let this keep on happening right now. This is beyond
with that. You're
pay grade.
interrupted as you hear almost a far slam, as if you hear machinery hit the ground or something hard, all the way over at the shed. It catches both yours and Luna's attention.
Maybe we should go check that out?
She's kind of taking a minute to just process, and I think you were looking for some sort of, oh, I know exactly what this is. Don't you worry. You stay here. That kind of, parents have the answers. You stay here. But as you were explaining this entire phenomenon, Luna is not an expressive person, but their eyes just show this look like they just lost like 8 hours of sleep. Like they are very stressed, and I think that they take you very seriously, especially with the video. And Luna stops you and says, "Cliff, I need you to stay right here. I'm going to go look at it, all right? I don't need you getting hurt. Do you understand me?"
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
You then see Luna pull back their jacket, revealing a handgun. They then take the handgun in their hand, and is the back door unlocked?
No. I'll unlock the door for you.
Okay.
And I walk over and unlock it.
Sure. I think Luna, begins to walk over to the shed, and as you see that happening, I think you also notice the rest of the party actually heading over to the golf course from the front entrance.
I definitely let them in.
Yeah, and you see Hold'em, you see William, and you see Leclerc all now there at the golf course.
Yeah, I bring them in.
Hey, buddy.
Guys, I'm sorry I bailed on you earlier. I just couldn't handle that. But I think we might have some help, and also I think we have more problems. Because something's happening at my shed, and I have no idea what's happening. So just let's all wait here, and let's see what happens.
Do you have any fire?
No. Why would I?
Just a backup plan.
I don't. I mean, I have a lighter in my office. Maybe is that?
Go get it.
Okay, I go get the lighter.
Okay,
I picture Cliff as being a cigar man. He's a cigar man. He smokes cigars every once in a while. So
okay, I think you get it, no problem.
Yeah. Just had to explain why I have a lighter.
Okay, I think.
So, no, I don't have much to say. I was gonna kind of improvise through that.
Yeah, if you please progress the story.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
As you all kind of wait, are you guys like watching Luna as they like move towards the shed?
I think so.
I think
Yes.
Yeah, I think you guys actually notice Luna kind of like from a distance, so it's kind of hard to see, kind of sheepishly open the front door, trying to be as stealthy as possible. And with that, from your point of view, you see the door actually break, and Luna takes a few steps back, and you can hear the gunshots ring off. 1, 2, as they shoot at the monster, as then what almost looks like a fleshy tendril just snaps out of the shed and grabs Luna by their right forearm, dropping their gun.
Run!
We're running the fuck out there.
Yeah. Going to help. I pull my shotgun out as I'm running towards it. Is there anything else we can see when we get closer?
Yeah, as you actually get closer, you see the entrance that the creature seemed to take into the shed, where it didn't even come through the front gate. It almost just seemed to rip through the side of the wall, as if just tearing apart the wood of the shed. And as you get closer, you also notice now is you see into the actual shed. The creature is about the same size, maybe slightly smaller. You could see slight burn marks across the side of it that are slowly trying to mend itself, as if the flesh is folding over flesh. And it is just eyes and teeth and bone, and there's just almost one main doggish looking head and snout, and in that same way its mouth screeches open in 4 different directions with teeth on every side, and tendrils that kind of just whirl around in place, and with one grabbing Luna by the forearm.
Just to be in character, I am screaming. Anyways, next person.
I vomit on Hold'em's shoes.
Nice.
And then I apologize, and then I say it's because he broke my chips.
That's not really the important thing here. Does anyone want to read a bad situation? I don't want to be the only one doing this.
Okay, I'll do it real quick.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Read a bad situation. I wonder if the situation's bad.
Wait, can I do it? Can I do it?
Oh no! Oh sorry,
Oh,
I already rolled. It's not a good roll. If you want to roll for, roll this time.
Okay, I'll roll.
maybe get a better read. Oh my god.
I haven't done like a lot of direct actual rolling yet in this game, so like I didn't even know. And forgive me just for my ignorance. I didn't even realize when you were like read a bad situation. I was like, okay, like I didn't understand what you were asking. So
Okay.
if I'm not participating in that way, it's because I didn't realize that I was supposed to. So like, feel free to be like, oh my god, wake up! Like, let's do this.
It's well, so for the podcast audience, that was a 5 and a 4. So
Okay, no,
well,
technically a 5 and a 5.
a 5. Oh no! I'm the 4. That's the thing, because I have -1 sharp.
Okay.
So I have a 5.
I'm going to take this because it's not like D&D where you're trying to make separate perception checks. It's usually, you know, like one roll would rule for the group. So
Okay.
I want your guys' consent in this, and you can argue with me, but I'm going to take it as one person's reading a bad situation, and then by William also looking, William is trying to take the move help out. Is kind of my internal logic. I can just take it, or I could just take it as one bad, read a bad situation roll.
No, I agree. Then I agree with that, and as long as William's also okay with that, because I think since we were the ones that rolled, at least if it's good with William.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right. So by helping out and failing, you open yourself up to possible dangers, and by failing the read a bad situation, both of you take a point of experience.
That's the good part.
Yes. I'm trying.
You guys are gonna level up any moment.
Yeah.
Not me, unfortunately.
As all of you immediately go to look, the monster immediately catches your attention, and you see 2 more tendrils immediately shoot out, one grabbing Cliff by the arm, and another one grabbing and scraping William by his shoulder. You both take 2 harm, as the tendril kind of wraps around and, almost just pierces into your skin.
I vomit again.
Okay. With that, Luna is going to bring her left hand down and pull up her left pant leg to reveal like a knife, like a small knife at their ankle, and just cut the tendril off where it is, and you hear the monster give out a squeal, as then Luna goes for Cliff and William to try to unlatch them as well.
Do I have an arm free?
Yes, you do. Actually, it didn't grab William, it grabbed Cliff.
Wait, say again?
It did not grab William, it just pierced William's shoulder, but it did grab you, Cliff, by the arm.
Right, but I have another arm, though.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna reach into my pocket with that arm and grab the... Did I hand the lyre to Hodum? I forget.
No, you still have it.
Okay. I'm gonna somehow just toss it to Hodum if he's, like, right there, just so that way he can use it, because I'm down.
Well, you're not laying down, you're still standing. And it's not, like, wrapped around you, it's just wrapped around, like, your wrist.
Alright, I take out the lighter, I light it, and throw it at this motherfucker.
What do you do? You throw it at, like, the tendril holding you, or you throw it at the monster?
You know what? I throw it at the tendril holding me, which I know immediately means I might set myself on fire, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's roll.
Why would you not just... I'm not gonna decide what you should do. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm okay with suggestions if you're in the course of action.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, hold it up to the tendril, like, underneath it with the lighter on.
Yeah, because, like, are we assuming that it has some sort of, like, accelerant coating that's just gonna, like, go up when the lighter hits it? It could, like, it's gonna, like, bounce off.
When Hodum saw the fire hit the monster, it didn't seem like the monster itself was flammable, but that the fire itself just really hurt the raw flesh of the monster.
The fire,
Okay.
the fire doesn't spread though necessarily.
Fire hurts. It doesn't spread.
Okay, so all right, then I basically I'll keep the lighter, like I'll keep like holding the lighter onto where it's impaled into me, essentially.
Sure. I want you to make a act under pressure move or roll
Okay.
act under pressure.
That's a 7 plus cool. That's a 0, so that's 7.
Okay.
Cool.
I think with that, I think you're able to manage to get the tendril off, and I think you take one more point of damage as it, reels back and kind of pulls at your skin, scratching it more, and as the tendril pulls back and it kind of squeals in pain as it almost, squirms back into place, leaving just like raw cuts and like right all across your wrist and forearm. I mean, nothing too serious, but it definitely is bleeding.
Okay.
Is there a visible? I'm sorry, I don't want to cut anybody off, but is there like a visible like? I know that it kind of is like a fleshy conglomerate of things that it's absorbed,
Yeah.
but is there like a clear like head that's like a clear centralized like neurological head that's visible and like
Yeah.
that could be attacked in theory?
Make
Can I like
a
roll?
yeah roll for that. That would be to read a bad situation.
What? Is that good? I don't know if it's good.
That's 9, and then
Oh,
add
no.
your sharp.
Plus 1. Oh yeah, plus 1.
So that's a 10, right?
10.
Very
Yeah.
So on a 10, you get to ask 3 of these questions. I will copy and paste them in for you guys.
Okay.
Although actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it might. You know what? I'm going to just change my ruling because I think it's more of an investigate a mystery rather than read a bad situation, because you're trying to look at it and investigate it and looking at.
But I'm trying to be helpful for once. is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do, so.
So take 3 from this new list. So what sort of creature is it?
So
What can
from the what happened here.
no, from what sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
What can hurt it?
What can hurt it? I think that you definitely watch as that one tendril that seemed to be burnt immediately squeals and just pulls back into place. You watch as almost like a whip, it continues to whip itself, and where it was burnt, the flesh just breaks off as if it wants nothing to do with it now that it's burnt, and it just pulls back into the form.
So can I ask a clarifying question, or is that taking away one of my questions?
Go ahead.
So is it fire, like raw fire specifically, or would like a burning bullet from a 22 caliber do anything?
I think it seems like much more heat is definitely at play.
Okay.
I think
When we say what was it going to do, does that mean like what is its motive? What is it ultimately trying to do? Like, is this these are kind of like past tense phrased questions as if it's not currently happening?
yeah, I think you kind of noticed. Is that your question? What was it going to do? I'll frame it presently.
So my question. So I'm just also clarify. You said that I have 3 total questions, or that I can ask because of what I rolled.
3 of these questions you can come here.
Right.
I'll clarify
Okay.
as much as
Okay.
you like.
Yeah. What is it going to do? I guess, or what is it doing?
It seems like it's made this shed something of a slight home or lair, and it was coming back to heal itself a bit, but it now seems a little bit cornered and under attack in its own home.
Can I ask my group what they feel the next question should be, or do I have to just make it?
I'll let you. I'll let. If you want to ask them, you can. But I think at the end, it is your.
Like what? Okay, so I don't know if you guys want to like chime in with what you think would be the most lucrative question, I would
I
consider that.
think this is just my opinion. I think what's being concealed here might be the most effective, just so that we kind of have the best understanding of the situation. I think because I think whatever is being concealed, could also guide us in the right light if there is something being concealed, if anything.
Yeah,
But
sure.
that's just me.
Yeah, I think so.
That's just me.
I didn't get my original question answered on whether or not there's a visible head because the questions changed.
Sorry, I was also going to give you that too as well.
Okay, that's fine. So I do want to ask what is being concealed here, but I really want to know if I can shoot it. In
So
the head.
I'll give you a two-parter of two things that are being concealed here. You kind of notice from the massive, like shaking and withering flesh that almost in greyhound shape and slightly bigger size, but without the skin, a head does appear, and that pulls from the front as if to look at you with its own eyes, and it screeches out at the five of you, with like teeth and these kind of just like they don't even like look like natural teeth. They look like broken bone and cartilage as it drools and just howls at you. And you notice it also taking 2 steps back, and you realize that, or Cliff, you realize, because you're the one who heard it, the smashing of that machinery is the lawnmower in the shed has been completely knocked over and turned onto its side, and underneath the lawnmower is what looks like a dug hole in the ground that you're not quite sure, that LeClaire, you're not quite sure where that hole leads, but you can hear what sounds like running water down there. But it seems to kind of trying to be backing away slightly. It looks, I think it's also trying to conceal just how wounded this creature is too.
So can I shoot it in the head?
Yeah, go right ahead. Roll
I don't want to take up too many roll. I don't know if I have to wait my turn.
No,
somebody else
go
needs
for
to
it.
roll.
No, go ahead. Roll
Okay.
to kick some ass.
I swear this is gonna end up being a 2, and I'm gonna be really upset, but it's fine. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought.
What's
and
tough?
then
Add some tough.
hold on, I'm going to it. There's only other chat. Tough is +0.
All right, so 7, right?
Yeah.
All right. So on a 7+, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. Which weapon are you attacking with?
The caliber, the 22 revolver.
Sure. How much harm does that do?
In the head.
Okay, but what's the number of harm that weapon does?
Oh, sorry. I don't know if that's on this list. I just see a 22 revolver, but I don't think that I've ever...
22 revolver, I believe that's a... Oh, yeah, I did not write
Probably
that
2
down
harm
for you, but I do believe that is 2 harm, as I was looking at that.
Okay. So I believe I do 2 harm.
As you shoot it, you take a shot right at its head, and you actually catch it as it's howling out and screaming, and catch it at the roof of its mouth, which then travels up and then through the skull, blasting out one of the sides of its face, and it reels back in pain as it then just whips another one tendril at you. So you take 2 damage as it slashes across your arm, as it then begins to slowly just pool into the hole in the ground, leaving bits and flesh that don't fit.
I puke again, just for the record, but it's fine.
You also
So
get
as
breakfast,
you're
lunch,
getting hit.
and dinner.
All those shifts I ate, just gone.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I like that game.
All right.
Alright, so I don't know if I do anything now. I think I'm just reeling and puking.
So, I mean, right now I would consider us kind of in combat, but combat's very, very lucid in Monster of the Week. Anybody who wants to hop in can hop in.
I want to ask a question to to Vita.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm obviously not going to say this out loud. I just kind of think it to myself, like, is this what I'm going to eventually become?
No, this is another mistake. This is not how parasites and biological creatures are not to come together. We are also a different example, but that is a mess. We are a symbiotic relationship, but that right there is a parasite and a creature acting negatively with one another.
Huh.
I also must warn you, William, when the creature hit us, there's no way of me knowing if it sensed just by the touching of blood whether or not I am in your body. Just be careful.
Oof.
Okay. What? I'm trying to think of what we can do now.
Sure, I think the creature is like just on its last legs, escaping into the hole.
I want to find out what's in the hole, but the monster's in the way, so
Sure, I think with you guys waiting on that, the monster pulls in completely with the broken head being the last thing to come through as it just gives an angry glare at both Leclerc as it then runs into the hole, and you hear what sounds like sludging through the hole. Luna then also quickly grabs their gun and takes a couple shots into the hole. You hear one kind of hit, and you hear a slight squeal, but the sludging continues down wherever it's going, and it sounds like it's breaking through whatever running water is down there.
I look into the hole.
yeah.
Sure. As you guys look into the hole, it seems like what previously was possibly a dog hiding its bones, as you see like a couple of like dog treats and even like reeler bones to the side, there was some sort of sewer tunnel next to it that was almost ripped apart.
Sewage.
Like
Now
Now,
I'm also
oh, go ahead.
I'm also going to give Hold'em this as part of the initiate move that you did. You do get the sense that, or at least you're reminded of the pet store as a location.
Okay. All right. So we know it hates fire. We know that guns can like do shit to it, which is good because guns, we all seem to have them, I guess. This is America. There's one more thing in my vision that this vision that I had that we may want to go check out just because we need another lead and I don't know where this thing's going. Is there a pet store around here?
Oh, hell! And I, just bolt to my car without even saying anything, because I remember that I have to pick up my daughter at the pet store. And I also am thinking about what the fuck does the pet store have to do with anything, so I fucking bolt.
And Barbara's
And
furious.
Barbara's probably
Cliff?
fucking furious at the moment.
Cliff!
Just come with me! As I'm, running.
Table Party has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at The Table Party, and find more of our work at Team Chaos Productions. See you again soon. Later.